Youngest heavyweight world champion at 20 years and 144 days, the youngest undisputed heavyweight world champion at 21 years old. The boxer who spent the least amount of time from his professional debut to winning the heavyweight world titles and becoming the undisputed heavyweight world champion, 1 year and 8.5 months and 2 years and 5 months respectively, the first and only undisputed champion who won 3 major titles consecutively, one after another, the highest paid heavyweight in history. Of the 10 most expensive fights in boxing history, Mike Tyson took part in 6, the only one to successfully defend the undisputed WBC heavyweight title 6 times in a row, the greatest number of fastest knockouts, 9 knockouts in less than 1 minute, the fastest knockout at the Junior Olympic Games, 8 seconds. Founder of the promotional company Iron Mike Promotions. Besides boxing, Mike is also known for his acting career. He took part in writing the screenplay for the autobiographical film Tyson in 1994, appeared in 2 documentaries, Beyond the Glory in 2003 and Mike Tyson in 2009. In 2016, he played one of the leading roles in the film McMahon 3. The nickname Iron Mike. He was born on June 30, 1966, in Brooklyn, New York, in the Brownsville neighborhood. His parents were Lorna Smith and Jimmy Kirkpatrick. However, Mike inherited his last name from his mother's first husband. His father left the family even before Mike was born. Mike had an older brother, Rodney, and an older sister, Denise. He had a very gentle character and did not know how to defend himself. His older brother Rodney, neighborhood boys, and classmates constantly bullied Mike. Until the age of 10, he was practically unable to defend himself. However, at the age of 9 to 11, something changed in Mike. One day, a member of a local street gang snatched his beloved pigeon from his hands and tore its head off. Enraged, Mike attacked his bully and brutally beat him. From that moment on, Mike gained the respect of local young gang members, who accepted him into their group and taught him how to pick pockets, steal, and rob stores. This kind of activity eventually led to arrests and visits to juvenile detention centers. During one of them, Tyson had the chance to meet Muhammad Ali, who came there to speak with troubled teenagers. It was after meeting Ali that he first began thinking about a career as a boxer. At the age of 13, Tyson was sent to a special school for juvenile offenders located in the northern part of New York. By that time, he was considered incorrigible and was known for having enormous physical strength for his age. At the school where Tyson was placed, the physical education teacher was a former boxer named Bobby Stewart. One day, Mike approached him and said that he wanted to become a boxer. Stewart agreed to train him on the condition that Mike would not break the rules. After some time, Stewart made another deal with him. The better Mike performed at school, the more time Stewart would spend training him. Mike himself, who had previously been considered mentally challenged, managed to significantly improve his academic performance. At just 13 years old, Mike could bench press a 100-kilogram barbell. After some time, Stewart realized that his student had already outgrown him and introduced Mike to the legendary trainer and manager Cus D'Amato. Cus built around Tyson a professional team of trainers, cornermen, masseurs, and other specialists. His manager, Jim Jacobs, a longtime friend of D'Amato, gave Tyson access to his enormous video library, which contained 26,000 hours of footage of boxing matches. At that time, this represented approximately 98% of all boxing matches ever recorded on film. Instead of going to movie theaters, Mike regularly visited his own screening room, where he repeatedly watched boxing matches, from the earliest black and white fights ever recorded to the most modern ones. His individual style was influenced by Jack Dempsey and Roberto Duran. Mike even named his pit bull Duran after his idol. During his childhood, regularly watching footage of old fights influenced not only his boxing style but also Tyson's image. Inspired by what he saw, he chose a rather unusual look for those times. He entered the ring without music, without a robe, wearing simple black trunks, and as a boxer, on bare feet. When journalists asked him about it, he said that it helped him feel like a warrior, a gladiator. Mike began his amateur career at the age of 15. He made his debut in 1981. After one of his fights, the young fighter was nicknamed Tank because of his strict training schedule and discipline. Tyson achieved excellent results in amateur boxing, 24 fights and only 3 losses. In 1985, he moved into the ranks of professional boxing. In the professional world, he earned the nickname Iron Mike. In March 1985, in his first fight, Mike Tyson defeated Hector Mercedes by technical knockout. On November 22, 1986, he won the WBC heavyweight title by defeating Trevor Berbick. Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight world champion in history. On March 7, 1987, he successfully defended his title against James Smith. In August, Mike Tyson became the undisputed heavyweight world champion by defeating Tony Tucker. Victories over Pinklon Thomas, Tony Tubbs, Larry Holmes, Tyrell Biggs, and Michael Spinks confirmed his status as the best boxer in the world. The year 1988 became a turning point for Mike. He fired his trainer Kevin Rooney and disbanded his entire team, after which his career began to decline. In 1990, Mike stopped training and began abusing alcohol. This eventually led to his defeat against Buster Douglas on February 11, 1990, in Japan, which is still considered one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. The odds of Douglas winning were 42-1. In an interview with an American cable channel, Mike Tyson admitted that he considered his 1990 fight against Douglas the best fight of his career. "I will always say that, in my opinion, it was my best fight. I always put it in first place. It's strange, but Cus D'Amato always told me, you have to beat everyone. You are capable of doing it. But what happens when they beat you? Will you be able to handle it? And this fight proved that I could handle it." After that fight, Tyson returned to training and entered treatment. Tyson's professional career was interrupted by several criminal convictions. On July 19, 1991, he was accused of raping an 18-year-old woman, Desiree Washington, who held the title of Miss Black Rhode Island. There were many controversial aspects of the criminal case suggesting that the encounter may have been consensual. However, on September 9, 1991, a grand jury in Indiana voted to indict Tyson on 3 charges, including rape. Tyson was convicted on February 10, 1992, and spent 3 years in prison. There, he converted to Islam. In 1997, during his fight with Evander Holyfield, Tyson bit off a piece of his opponent's ear. As a result, he was stripped of his boxing license for 1 year and fined $3 million. In 1998, the boxer was sentenced to 3.5 months in prison for assault. That same year, Tyson filed a lawsuit against his former promoter, Don King, demanding $100 million in compensation for financial damages allegedly caused during their time working together. The case never went to trial and was settled for $14 million. Tyson's career came to an end in 2005 with a loss to Irish boxer Kevin McBride. Tyson's final fights were not easy. 2 of the 3 fights he had after 2002 ended in defeat. In June 2002 and July 2004, Tyson lost by knockout to Lennox Lewis and Danny Williams, while while between those fights, in February 2003, he himself knocked out Clifford Etienne. After the fight with McBride, Tyson said, "I want to apologize to the fans who paid money for this and lost their time. I think it's time for me to stop. I don't see any point in making further appearances in the ring. I shouldn't fool myself or disgrace the sport to which I devoted many years of my life." Mike Tyson's first wife was aspiring actress Robin Givens, whom the legendary boxer married in 1988. However, the marriage was unsuccessful and lasted less than a year. Moreover, it ended with a serious nervous breakdown for the boxer and enormous legal expenses. As a result, he was forced to pay $10 million in a settlement. Remembering his first failed marriage, Mike remained single for many years. He married for the second time only in 1997. This time, the athlete's chosen partner was an ordinary pediatrician, Monica Turner. Shortly before their wedding, they had a daughter named Raina, and a little more than a year later, Monica gave her husband a son, Amir. For a long time, everything in their lives seemed wonderful. However, certain circumstances led to the boxer's wife filing for divorce in 2003. The reason was that Mike had fallen in love again. However, despite the fact that his new partner gave him 2 children, their relationship also did not work out. And in 2009, Tyson married Lockie Spicer. Not wanting the wedding ceremony to attract too much attention, the couple decided to have a modest wedding attended only by their closest friends and family. The groom was 42 years old at the time, while his bride was exactly 10 years younger. And it seems that this time one of the greatest boxers of all time had finally found the woman he had been looking for so long. Lockie helped Mike overcome many of the different difficulties that came his way in life. You could say that she pulled him out of the abyss, for which, as he himself says, he will always be deeply grateful to her. In 2011, the couple had a son whom they named Morocco. Today, Lockie and Mike live in a simple, happy marriage. They raised their son together and are often seen walking together with such happy and carefree expressions on their faces that sometimes you simply wonder how much a woman can change a man for the better. It is hard to believe that this man, who fought so fiercely in the ring, would become a devoted family man and a kind husband and father. Lockie herself says that she always loved Mike, even before she knew him, and believed that he was not actually the person everyone imagined him to be. Former undisputed world champion Mike Tyson said in an interview with CNBC that at the peak of his career, his financial fortune was estimated at $500 million. But he did not know how to manage such money properly, and eventually, near the end of his career, 1 year after his fight with Lennox Lewis, Tyson declared bankruptcy. "I simply didn't know how to properly manage the money I had, and I didn't know how to deal with the people who were looking after my money," Mike Tyson said. At one point, he spent money in incredible amounts, buying Versace clothes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, even though he usually wore jeans or a tracksuit. Mike Tyson spent millions of dollars on jewelry, cars, mansions, and gifts for friends. When Tyson became wealthy, he developed a passion for exotic animals. For 7 years, his home was inhabited by 3 Royal Bengal tigers, the females Kenya and Storm, as well as a male named Boris. One day, journalists visited the boxer, and according to their account, Mike calmly entered the tiger's cage and put chains on them. But he was not the one controlling them, rather, they controlled him, because the animals were so large and powerful. Wrestling career on March 9, 1998, Tyson appeared as a guest on WrestleMania 14. During the main event match between Shawn Michaels and Steve Austin, he played the role of an enforcer. A wrestler acting as another wrestler's bodyguard during his entrance to the ring. For this, he received from WWF a payment of $3 million. At that time, Tyson was an unofficial member of D-Generation X. At one point, Austin showed Tyson the middle finger. Tyson pushed him, and Austin fell. Tyson and Austin then rushed to fight, but they were separated by other people, and the fight was avoided. In this match, Steve Austin defeated Shawn Michaels and became the new WWF champion. Despite concerns about Austin and Tyson's possible bias, Iron Mike was not on either side. When the referee was unable to officiate the match, Tyson counted to 3 in Austin's favor, confirming Michaels' defeat. An angry Michaels began arguing with Tyson, for which he was knocked out by the boxer with the very first punch. That was quite a show, and $3 million in his pocket. Films and books. The life story of the popular heavyweight became the basis for several documentaries, including the mid-1990s film Fallen Champion, The Untold Story of Mike Tyson, as well as the 2000s works Beyond the Glory and Tyson. In 1999, the boxer first appeared in a feature film titled Play It to the Bone. The main characters in the comedy were played by Antonio Banderas and Woody Harrelson. His collaboration with filmmakers was successful, and that same year the boxer took part in the filming of the gangster drama Black and White. In the new century, the athlete pleased his fans with film roles in Bolivia, Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles, When Will I Be Loved, and The Hangover. He also appeared in the famous sports film Rocky Balboa. His image as a world-famous heavyweight was also used in the comedy The Hangover. On the set of Grudge Match, Tyson once again had the opportunity to work with Sylvester Stallone, as well as the incomparable Robert De Niro. In 2017, the champion appeared in the film China Salesman, where he starred alongside Steven Seagal. In this action film, the athlete played a former general named Cambo. Previously, the boxer mostly appeared as himself. Mike Tyson also became the author of the book Undisputed Truth, in which he described details of his own biography and introduced readers to unknown facts about his private life. The book was first published in 2013. 4 years later, the former champion released his work Iron Ambition. In 2018, Tyson joined the main cast of the new action film Kickboxer Returns, where he starred alongside Alain Moussi, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Christopher Lambert. Today, the athlete is involved in a business project to produce the energy drink brand Iron Angel Pink. Friends, write in the comments what important facts from Mike Tyson's life I missed. And if you are a new viewer, subscribe to the channel. There will be many more interesting videos. Good luck!